1, 2, 3, and...
Not sure what this is. Skimmer. Right, that's us fishing. Welcome back to the diary. Welcome back to Horton Grange again. And the us bit, well, my pal Dave, through the trees there, you may be able to see, I don't know, he's well camouflaged, and I back to see if we can get something perhaps a bit different in my case than compared to last time. Last time I was searching for a spring tench, which in the luckiest of circumstances I managed. But those of you that follow the channel and have got a good memory may recall that the first time we fished here this season, David connected with 2 or 3 of the really big bronze, and in one case black, bream. And so today's tactics, I've got a sleeper rod in the margin on the maggot feeder, just in case a tench comes along, and feeding the fish in the deep water out in the middle. At the moment with a ground bait feeder and worm, to see if I can get one of the bigger slab breams. So far, as you've probably just seen, just the one skimmer. So what, sorry? Yeah. You know what I was saying about catching roach on that Magaliner? Well, that was the sleeper rod. Well, that's the margin rod again. Not sure what it is, but it's got a little bit of weight about it. Ooh, I think it's a good sized skimmer, I think. Yeah, that's definitely a better one. Right, the story so far, after a couple of hours, David's had 2 really good sized skimmers, both from open water. I've had 2 skimmers and a roach, all 3 from the margin rod, and I've had a change of tactics on the open water rod. I've taken off the worm and substituted a bloodworm pellet, and nothing's come to that so far. The forecast is well, the forecast was wrong, at least so far. We were forecast strong northwesterly winds, and that hasn't happened, but we are still forecast some very heavy rain, so I suspect there's a chance we may well get wet later on. Just have to wait and see. You can tell I was having a snack. Another little skimmer. Well, that's the margin rod again. Another skimmer. Well, it's been a bit slow. The odd skimmer bream every now and again, mostly on the margin rod, which is the maggot feeder. No sign of the bigger bream, the big bream, in the open water at all. I've given up on the bloodworm pellet. I've gone back to the good old worm. One thing I am getting on the open water rod is massive line bites, real pull round line bites, which is every now and again getting me a bit excited. Well, they got that bit of the forecast right. So now we've got hailstones. What we don't have, and haven't had for well over an hour now, is any bites. Dried up. It's dried up completely. Coincided with the start of the rain, so whether that's anything to do with it, who knows. But no, it's been very quiet. Well, this is fast becoming a real challenge to catch anything. Never mind one of the big bream, which was what I was hoping for. The maggot feeder rod in the margin, it's not producing anything, and I've been fishing and casting regularly with ground bait and chopped worm in the feeder and a worm hook bait, and they're turning their nose up at that as well. It's been quiet for David as well until the last sort of half an hour or so. He started picking up the odd skimmer using a chocolate orange banded pellet. So guess what's going on next? Yeah, I'm not too proud to copy someone else's success. Does that give me another excuse for not catching them? Well, that was a chastening experience. I got off to a steady enough start this morning with a few bits and pieces, and then the bites just fell off a cliff at lunchtime. And had nothing since, so sorry, no big bream to show you, but we've had 4 seasons of weather in one afternoon as it's transpired. So whether that's had anything to do with it, I don't know, but it was definitely a game of 2 halves today. If you're with me, still with me at this point, thank you very much, I do appreciate it. I can only assume that you thought there was going to be good news at the end, and sadly there wasn't. Back again soon, I hope. See you. Bye for now.